Huh.
Let's dance.
Well, I'm back everyone, and I know a crud ton of people will not like this list, but I know most of you guys will. I'm back and better than ever, and so, I'm counting down my favorite characters from Final Fantasy. Anyways, before we begin, I just want to say that there are no rules to this list, so I can add multiple characters from one game. And with all that out of the way, let's start Final Fantasy month off with my top 10 favorite Final Fantasy characters. Heroes never get chilly in the villiers of snow. Admit it, anyone who hates Final Fantasy XIII has a grudge against Snow. Spoiler alert, you'll see 3 characters from 13 on this list. Okay, Snow is universally hated because he keeps bragging and referring to himself as the freaking hero every 2 minutes. Yeah, I hate that, but other than that, Snow does not bother me. His design is amazing, his voice actor is amazing because he is voiced by Troy Baker and, well, he plays somewhat of an important part of the story. Lightning's sister Sarah has been captured by the Foul Sea and Snow goes up to the Hanging Edge to rescue her. Snow, however, will do literally everything to save her, whether it is to save Cocoon or defeating every Psycom soldier to save her. To mention Snow's fame, amazing! I am going to admit it right now. Snow was a heck ton more better than he was in 13-2 when Lightning Returns. Just kill him with Fire Emblem. Oops, sorry, I meant kill him with Snow in those games. Which is clearly why Snow lands only on the last spot of this list. Probably the best villain in Final Fantasy. Let the dancing get mad and bring out the Troch organ. Because here we have my favorite character from Final Fantasy VI. Yeah, only one character from Final Fantasy VI appears on here, and Locke, Celes, and Terra are also my favorite characters from the game, but we all know that Kefka Palazzo is not only considered to be the best character from Final Fantasy VI, but the best Final Fantasy villain of all time. Kefka is a cold-blooded, destroying, hilarious clown who will do nothing but destroy. Kefka's design may look goofy, but it is absolutely amazing to look and see. Kefka is one of the very few villains in gaming that actually succeeds. He actually does destroy the world and becomes a god. He manages to tear apart the romance between Locke Cole and Celes Share, because Celes used to be the great general of Kefka's empire, but did manage to turn traitor and join the fight against Mr. Clownface here. Kefka has one of the most legendary boss battles in gaming history, and the organ music dancing mat is good. I like it, just not as much as everyone else does. All Kefka wants is to destroy everything. Whenever he's bored, he poisons rivers. Whenever he's just doing his job, he kills his own henchmen for fun. When he becomes a god, He enslaves every human being on the gosh darn planet. Kefka is freaking amazing, and is my second favorite villain in this series. Alright. Come at me, bro! Cecil Harvey only on me 8th spot? How dare you, dude? Listen here, guys, okay? Just because a person or a game appears below or spot on a positive list does not mean it is bad. I just don't like them as much as the top 5, but just listen. Cecil Harvey isn't a bad Final Fantasy character. In fact, he is considered to be one of the best Final Fantasy characters ever created. He was raised by the King of Baron to become a Dark Knight. However, Cecil is reluctant to master the Dark Sword. He excels as a Dark Knight and is eventually promoted to the command of Baron's airship fleet, the Red Wing. Cecil Harvey is in fact one of the best protagonists in any Final Fantasy, if not the best protagonist in the series. He's manly, got a great design, and voice actor making the ladies chasing after him, and it's just plain awesome. Heck, 16 years later in Final Fantasy IV The After Years, Cecil and Rosa had a son called Theodore. We clearly saw at the end of FF4 that Rosa was in fact going to have a baby, so we pretty much knew a sequel to 4 was right out the door. Of course, Final Fantasy IV The After Years didn't see the peak as the predecessor did, and is currently known as one of the worst sequels ever made. But this about Cecil, not the sequel so back on topic. Cecil's design is great and is a really likable character, something that is really rare in Final Fantasy. He cares for both allies and friends, and shows how much of a warrior and a man this character is. Cecil Harvey is manly, likable, and an overall fantastic warrior. Going to say it now, Cecil Harvey peaked his best in Dissidia NT in my opinion. Monkey see, monkey do. My favorite character from best Final Fantasy game, Final Fantasy IX, is none other than Zidane. Not going to lie, Princess Garnet, Steiner, Vivi, and Kuja almost made the list, but Zidane is hilarious, charming, and an unlikable protagonist. Okay, yeah, he is annoying and does not show much in FF9, and while he is good in 9, but by the time he makes his way to the Dissidia trilogy, he is not just good, he is great. Zidane has more personality than ever, and with a voice, he is not annoying, and yeah, he still has his annoying side, but hey, Zidane is like 10 years old. You can't help it. Zidane's design is kinda funny looking, but is great. He is a blonde-haired boy with a monkey tail. Was Zidane's parents monkeys or something? If so, then is his favorite food bananas? Not gonna lie, Zidane and Garnet are some of the best couples in the Final Fantasy series. Best being Tidus and Yuna. But still, give Zidane another chance, guys. Seriously, I'm 16 years old and he does not annoy me in the slightest. This character is one of the most likable, if not the most likable, in Final Fantasy VII. I like Tifa. but she isn't my favorite character in the game. Tifa Lockhart is a childhood friend and a love interest of Emo Boy, aka Cloud Strife. From the second I first played Final Fantasy VII, I knew I was going to like Tifa. Have you met anyone who hates Tifa? Hands?
Yeah, I thought so.
Tifa owns a bar called the Seventh Heaven, which is obviously the house of Barra and Marlene, two other likable Final Fantasy characters. Tifa also appeared in Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core as a cowgirl. She serves very little purpose in that game, but she reached her peak in the Final Fantasy VII Remake. She plays a big role in the game, and her voice actor in the game is Britt Baron. Amazing role for her. In some flashbacks, it is revealed that as young children, Tifa and Cloud had decided to follow a path to a mountain near her hometown of Nibelheim. However, they were both injured and Tifa was in a coma for a week, with her father holding Cloud responsible for that incident. Still, Tifa is such an amazing character, and I'd honest to God find anyone who even hates this character. Still, if you know any people who hate this character, just please let me know in the comment section below. If this list didn't tick everyone else already, I'm sorry to say this, but my second favorite character in Final Fantasy XIII is the Boomerang Kid from the city of Palam, Hope Estheim.
Nora Estheim. She was my mother. And she died because of you!
I can understand why a lot of you guys despise this character. Yes, he's whiny and angry. Yes, his meaning of following the group is to kill Snow, but I can't honestly hate him. You see, before the 13th day, Hope and his mother, Nora Estheim, were on a vacation in the city of Bodom for the fireworks festival. That was until the discoverance of a lassie in the city. The next day, Hope, Nora, and all of Bodom had to be transferred to the Hanging Edge. Snow and his idiot band of a group called Nora had some civilians join the fight, and Hope's mother volunteered.
You sure? Yeah. Moms are tough.
However, one accident happened and all civilians fell off a broken bridge, including Nora, who told Snow to get him back to Palam.
Whoa.
Ever since Hope saw his mother die right in front of him, his mission, Operation Nora, is to find Snow and avenge his mother by killing Snow. I never had a grudge against this, actually. How freaking ever, Hope grows most out of the entire group, going from an angry and timid kid to a determined and a strong hero. In fact, Lightning taught Hope how to fight a lot, and she treats Hope like she's his older sister. Hands down one of the best duos in all of Final Fantasy history. Hope's design looks amazing. Yeah, he may look like a silver-haired emo kid, but hey, as they say, looks can be deceiving. I understand why everyone hates Hope. He's one of the biggest whiners in all of gaming, but if you're able to put up with him, then good on you. You, my friend, just joined the Estheim Club. My favorite character in Final Fantasy XIII should be blatantly obvious. Erba Yun Fang, or she is known as Fang. Fang is so gosh darn likable that she was literally known as Video Games Woman of the Year in 2010 by Maddie Bryce. Yeah, eat your heart out, Bayonetta! So why is she at number 4 and my favorite female in Final Fantasy? Square Enix have a voice direction team looking to both Australian and New Zealand accents for her character. Yeah, for those who think I'm American, you are dead wrong because I'm from the Australasian continent. First time you meet her is during Snow's Eidolon battle, when she is working for the Sanctum Cavalry just to find Vanille. You see, one of the reasons why this game is called Final Fantasy XIII is because the beginning of the game takes place 13 days before Vanille and Fang's awakening. Of course, Fang has amnesia, both of them branded Sazh's son as a lessee, and Fang told Vanille to run away, and ever since then, she wanted to find Vanille. Fang is honestly one of my favorite party members in FF13, and she is pretty useful along with the rest of the party. Fang is a character I can relate to due to me being in the Australasian continent, and no other female can surpass Fang as my favorite female in this series. The most controversial character types in Final Fantasy history are the emo, spiky-haired, and serious characters. Ever since Cloud in FF7, almost every male in the Final Fantasy series has at least 1 or 2 Clouds in the game. And even if you guys try to change my opinion on this, you can't. Because I love Final Fantasy VIII so much, and my favorite party member in the game is the main character, Squall Leonard. I get why people dislike Mr. Jacket Man here. He's like Cloud from Advent Children and Gladiolus from Final Fantasy XV. There are 2 biggest reasons why I love this guy. First, his design is cool and fantastic looking. He has a scar on top of his nose, a woolly jacket with jeans, and red belt fangs. And second is his weapon of choice, known as the Gunblade. As stated by the name, it is a gun attached to a sword. But Squall from Dissidia is probably his worst version of the character. He is way too emo, far more than Cloud, Lightning, and Noctis. Squall is also a student at the Caelum Garden and is a member of the military army Seed, along with his friends like Zell and Selfie. I still do like Squall Leonard, even if he is worse with actual voice acting. On my deleted YouTube channel, The Orange Corn, my very last countdown before deleting that channel was my top 35 favorite video game characters. And I call this character my favorite from the Final Fantasy series. However, as time went on, it was honest to God hard to choose between number 2 and number 1. Because I love these 2 characters so much, but my former favorite Final Fantasy character and runner-up on this list, Cloud Strife. You honestly had to see this one coming. Cloud Strife is one of the best protagonists in Final Fantasy history. Before people decided that Emo Cloud was better than the Cloud we love in Final Fantasy VII! I don't care. I love Cloud in every Final Fantasy game, and the hype he got when he was revealed as DLC Character 5 in Smash 4. Even though Final Fantasy VII never appeared on a Nintendo console until it was released on the Switch several years later. The biggest reason why Cloud is the biggest brooding emo man is the death of the best friend, Zack Fair. In Crisis Core, Cloud was actually a cheery soldier, kinda like Zidane and Titus. Don't blame Cloud, blame Zack's death. In FF7, he was really likable because he wouldn't let anyone stand in his way. But it took until Advent Children and Kingdom Hearts when Cloud's fanbase started to drop a whole lot. And Cloud inspired many unlikable edgy protagonists in the series. But even though Cloud inspired many unlikable protagonists, he is still an awesome character. All of his incarnations of the character are mostly great and somewhat decent. He carries the Buster Sword, which is currently known as one of the greatest swords in all of video games. But still, whether you love or hate this character, you have to admit Cloud is one of the greatest Final Fantasy characters of all time. Should I talk about him in Super Smash Bros? Very well then. He is one of my favorite characters in Smash 4 and Smash Ultimate. But 2 Final Fantasy songs? Where the heck is Blinded by Light? Where the heck is Dancing Mad? Where the heck is Snow's theme? And where is One Winged Angel? I do like the villains in Final Fantasy, but however, as a cliche, I like the heroes much more. The only villain I had on this list by far was Mr. Clownface Kefka Palazzo from Final Fantasy VI. I do like other villains such as Ultimecia, Jill Nabat, Kuja, Jekt, and my newest favorite character from Final Fantasy history, the One-Winged Angel, Sephiroth. While not the best villain in Final Fantasy, Sephiroth is the biggest emo mama boy in all of gaming. Sephiroth is the son of Genova, the true villain of FF7. Sephiroth was known as a member of Soldier and is known as the Great War Hero. However, Cloud has visions due to Sephiroth either wanting Cloud joining him, or having visions of other people being as Sephiroth. Also, this scene. Okay, yeah, admittedly, that scene was also in the original FF7, but here in the Final Fantasy VII Remake, my jaw dropped when I first saw this. I was literally so hyped. His sword is nothing to laugh at. Sephiroth's sword is like the length of my cabin. No freaking joke. The reason why Sephiroth is the biggest edgelord is 1, his design. Long silver hair with one wing and black clothing. And 2 is his personality. Oh, I'm sorry, did I just say personality? Because Sephiroth has none. Not a bad thing, but I'm dead serious. Sephiroth has no emotion, and he cares not for the planet and humanity. All he cares about is ridding the world and mankind and avenging Genova. Sephiroth is easily one of the best villains in all of gaming, and is truly my favorite character in Final Fantasy. I'm User1 Campbell, and expect more of Final Fantasy Month this week.